Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the electrifying world of EFED Broadcast Channel. Before we dive into the heart-pounding action, let's set the stage with a brief disclaimer. The following content is an EFED Broadcast Channel event created within the WWE 2K universe. All characters, storylines, and events are fictional and exist solely for entertainment purposes. Any resemblance to real-life individuals, living or deceased, is purely coincidental. Viewer discretion is advised. This show may contain intense simulated combat, dramatic rivalries, and over-the-top personas. It's all in good fun, but please remember that these are digital avatars, so grab your imaginary popcorn, suspend your disbelief, and let's get ready to rumble. Now, let the virtual battles commence.
I like your take on boobies. And I like boobies.
Gun, higher.
I am the higher.
Don't
Test
higher.
gun. I am the higher gun.
Don't
Test me.
I am the
I am the
I am the higher gun who bout to set it off. Watch me leap from the top with the coup de grace. It's scary hours for you and all of y'all. How you want a submission to pinfall? I am the higher gun who bout to set it off. Watch me leap from the top with the coup de grace. It's scary hours for you and all of y'all.
And welcome to the TurnBuckle Talk podcast with your host, the Higher Gun. Make sure you gotta like, subscribe, share. How y'all doing, y'all? So, I'm back. So let's talk about Raw. Raw was pretty good. Raw was a whole lot of wrestling. And I know I'm saying a whole lot of wrestling, but it's true. It was a lot of wrestling going on that day. One day. More than usual. More than usual. More than usual. Like, we got at least, 4 or 5 matches that went 11 to 15 minutes? So, separate, you know? And usually we get all these splash matches up. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you need splash matches, and sometimes you don't. You know? Like, if Braun Breaker would have wrestled, like, he probably would have had a splash match. Just win it real quick, you know? But, it didn't happen in a lot of these matches. Even the Natalia versus Io match, they went like 11 minutes. It was pretty good. I think the shortest match was the Pitbull, Niven versus I'll get back to that match. But even with that match, it was short. With Niven versus Niven versus now, what is we're not even gonna worry about it. But even with that match was like 8 minutes, and that was probably the worst match out of everybody. But even them, they did pretty good, you know. Even with them, they did pretty good, and the crowd wasn't bad for them. Like, you know, most crowds are gonna have to be on their best behavior now, alright? Because that's 2, well, maybe even 3 crowds over there out of the States that just pretty much shitted on us. You know, like I ain't trying to sugarcoat this shit. Like, I'm not. Like, they like I know I talked about these crowds last week. Oh, not last week, but yeah, last week or Monday, right? But uh, it's the truth. Like they had the best crowd. Like France had the best crowd ever. That crowd was amazing over there. Alright, and then the next crowd after that is the Puerto Rico crowd. Alright, and then when they did um, the first crowd, the first uh, class of the champion, class of the champion, whatever, yeah, class of the champion. Which I'm gonna get into that because somebody might not be there, and if he's there, he's not gonna be going for the belt. Maybe not. We'll see. But uh, class of the champions. When they was over there in Scotland, you know, they was good. Now listen, when we go to Saudi Arabia, they finna be crazy because they never did over there. The crowd. You know, and then when we go to another state pretty soon, the class of the champions pretty soon, they finna be crazy too. Like the United States crowd need to be on their best behavior and show out. See, and show because every crowd so far has been better than Philly's crowd, and I don't care. I know a lot of people from Philly, and I don't care if I'm hurting any feelings right now. Because it's just a fucking truth. You know, and then you got people who want to say, "Oh, but that's how they act 'cause they never get them over there." Yeah, whatever. Like you should. That just means we spoiled. But back to Raw, back to Raw, back to Raw. The best match of the night was Ricochet and Dragunov. Them boys went at it. Pause. Like, they showed the fuck out. I hate to see Ricochet lose. I really do. I really do because I think it's time. I think it's time to showcase him more. And that don't mean he go out there have a banger and then lose. But I knew he was gonna lose this match because Dragunov, they're high on Dragunov. You know, like you can tell by his NXT run. They're high on him. But and they want to see Dragunov versus Gunther. You know, and I hate what's gonna happen. Like some fuckery is gonna happen next match with him and Jay. Which we get into that now. I'm gonna get back to Dragunov. I'm gonna get back to him. I promise. So the next match will be Dragunov versus Jay Uso. So, because Jay replaced it with Drew McIntyre. Because, Drew McIntyre is hurt. And they say he wasn't cleared. So, going into Monday Night Raw, you knew Drew wasn't going to fight or have that match. So, before I even found out that who was going to replace him, I knew it was going to be Jay because Jay is still fucking with Judgment Day because they interfered in his match, So I knew that was going to happen. I literally knew that was going to happen. That because and I also knew because the fact that they've been doing Jay versus Finn in the house shows, So I knew eventually they were gonna come back to that. Alright, which they did, and then Finn left. Finn was gonna lose regardless. Alright, but I don't think I've seen Finn versus Drew, and if I have, it's been a minute. So I wish I could have seen that, but Finn was gonna lose anyway. Now, saying that about Finn just signed back for big money. Okay. I hope it ain't this job, man. They need to take him more serious. They need he needs to be, and I know everybody can't win at the same time. And I know everybody can't win. But if you sign people back, then they should win some. That goes for Ricochet too. If he signs back, I they he and Kevin Owens too. Okay, but that's different because Kevin Owens is on SmackDown, so there's more room for him to win. On Raw, it's kind of overload on Raw. I heard somebody say, what was it? I heard somebody say that SmackDown had the better draft, had the better roster from the draft, and I don't think that's true. Yes, they have Kevin Owens. Yes, they have Randy Orton. Yes, they have Bobby. Now, if you want to say they have more main eventers, okay, I'll give you that. I give you, but that just means it's time to make more stars. It's time to make more main eventers on Raw. Now, if you want to say Raw stars are more banged up right now, yes, because Punk, Drew, Seth are all hurt. But again, this is when you make stars. This is when you make new stars. Alright? This is when you put them out there and you let them run with it. You let Pete Dunne run with it. You let Ricochet run with it. You let you let these guys run with it. And see what happens. You know? Like this is, and Damian Priest is there and he's champ now. I said this before. I don't know how long he's gonna be champ for. All right, but they couldn't take the bet off him against Jake, regardless of the crowd that he got over there in France and how over he is now. All right, that don't mean you take the bet off of Damian Priest that fast. Now, if the ratings keep suffering, then we have a different story. Then we have to talk about can Damian Priest draw? And I'm not just talking about drawing to the Spanish crowd, because that's why he has the belt in the first place. All right, because he can turn it English to Spanish, English to Spanish, English to Spanish, English to Spanish. So I'm not talking about that, because he has the belt because of that. He has the belt because he can draw a Spanish audience. But you got to be a Cody, okay? You got to be a Cody now, all right? You got to be a AJ Styles. You got to be a CM Punk. You got to be Drew McIntyre to a certain extent. You got to be a Randy Orton. You have to draw from everywhere now. You got the belt for a reason, okay? All right. Now it's time for you to gravitate to everybody. Now, they're gonna make him face eventually. Now, even though on Monday he apologized to Finn and JD, they're gonna make him face eventually, and it's time. He was a good heel, but it's time. It's time. Now, they did a little thing with Dominic again. When he was out there with Judgment Day, he had a bandana on. They got in the back, and they was talking, and Dom came back to the locker room. Bandana wasn't there anymore. And the bandana was in Liv Morgan's pocket. Just a little of it. Just a little of it. Little tease on what's happening. It's a little key, like a little tease that is happening right now. All right, Dirty Dom is really being Dirty Dom. Okay, all right, and as he should, in the mustache, the little mustache and stuff, the goatee and stuff. That's another Eddie Goose egg. That's the Eddie Goose egg right there. You know, like it a lot, like it a lot, like it a lot. Um, but like it a lot. I do. Now, let me go back to Dragunov. So, let me say this first with Dragunov. So, them plucking Dragunov from NXT, and it's well deserved, and it should happen. But here's the thing. Now. You didn't just pluck Dragunov, okay? And I'm not technically talking about the draft per se, but you didn't just pluck Dragunov, okay? You plucked Carmelo Hayes, all right? You plucked Ron Breaker. You plucked Corbin, okay? You plucked Daedroff, all right? Zoe Starks is the chick I was talking about earlier. Zoe Starks in the Pitbull. They had 8-man match. Okay, but you put all these people, all right? The guys on NXT now is real weak. Yes, you have Trent Williams there, but now they gotta make stars now. Alright? They gotta put people in line to elevate. And here's the thing now. They just fired some people from NXT. Okay? But now they gotta make stars. And they gotta sign stars too. Alright? Because now NXT, the women's side, the women gotta worry about that. Because they plucked from there and it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt the women's from NXT. Right? It really didn't. Now, yes, you still got, Lexington King is gonna elevate more because he's getting better and better on the mic and in the ring. Right? He's getting polished better. Alright? And then you got Epiphany. Alright? And then Wesley just came back. So, and I can see Wesley being champ eventually. NXT champ eventually. I can see that happening. I really can. All right. So, but they really can't plug a lot of people for a lot of guys from NXT right now. They can plug some more from the women's side if they really wanted to. All right. If they really wanted to. But okay. So they plugged Dragunov, and let me tell you something. Now. Look, him and Ricochet went out there and had an amazing match, a good match, a real good match, and I can't see Dragunov losing no time soon. Even though, I think it's gonna happen with Jay and Dragunov next week, I can see Drew getting involved in that match. I can see Drew interfering in that match, and maybe he costs Jay the match, because I don't want to see Jay lose clean. I don't want to see that. Like, you really had something with Jay right now. Like, you really had something with Jay. Like he's mad. He's way over. Now I will say, Jay might have to add some more stuff to his moveset. And I love Super Kid, okay? But it can't just be Super Kids, Spears, pin. Super Kid, Spears, Samoan drop, which I don't think, Super Kid, Spears, Samoan drop, Samoan Splash. You can't just be that now. We don't need to do the three moves of doom. Like he had to add shit. Like he had at least a couple more moves, and even if he wants to add more versions of his super kick, it's something. Or add a power bomb, or add a DDT, or add something. He has to get in the ring and practice some shit. Like even if he's copying somebody, like if he does the sling blade or Pele kick, something he has to add. Now I don't think he can do a Pele kick. Alright, there ain't that many people that can do them. Alright, you got AJ and Finn, and I don't know who else after that. But he got to add something more stuff to his moveset. So the more they elevate him, and the more he's in these main event stuff, like he has to do other stuff. He really does. Sorry, yeah. But going on from that, don't let the Dragon. So Dragunov, like, I know where we headed here. We headed. If Drew wins, not Drew. I'm sorry. If Dragunov wins, we headed to part 3 of Dragunov versus Gunther. I think it's too soon for that, but if he wins, that's where we headed. Alright, if Jay wins, we getting another Jay versus Gunther. Alright, and this time, Jay needs to win. Alright, this time, Jay needs to win. Alright, and in the case, Jay needs to win the whole fucking thing, man. Like you gotta put some stuff behind him. Alright, because he's becoming the star. And now I'm not gonna be stupid and say he's more over than Cody, because that's stupid to say. Alright, that's retarded to say, because it's not true. Like it's not true, but like Dragunov is one of the guys. I mean, the only thing that's hurting him, and it's a problem with a lot of call-ups for NXT right now, is he's short. His height. Like his height may be a problem, but anybody they call up has that problem right now, because Triple H was just signing people at one point. Alright, he was just signing people at one point. Alright, and a lot of indie wrestlers are short, you know, but still, Dragunov needs to get over, and he got over with the crowd too when he was wrestling Ricochet. But going back to Ricochet, like, even though he won the Speed Championship last week, so like he has to win matches on TV too. Like he just can't go out there and look good. Like he can't be a Ziggler right now. He's still young, alright. And then and you need young talent to get over. You need young talent to bring in the money. You need young talent to succeed. Even if it's just him being a IC champion again, alright. It's something. It's something. Alright. It's not something that like, you need stars. And Ricochet can do that. You can't make him go out there and put on these great shows and keep losing. And what, you know, so you know, but I knew that was gonna happen. Like I knew that was gonna happen eventually. You know, like I knew, I called it. Like I literally called it. Like I really, sorry, y'all. I was looking at something. So Taz is gonna miss Dynamite tonight. He has to have knee surgery. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight. Um, the ring announcer for NXT, I forgot her name. Taylor. That's her last name. Taylor. She's gonna be moving to SmackDown, and then they gotta bring Ross down to NXT. You know, and she's pretty good. Yeah, like as a like I'm surprised they didn't do this sooner with her. You know, but she's pretty good as a ring announcer. But it's time to shake it up. You know, it's time to shake it up with her. You know, SmackDown. Yeah, like get SmackDown a fresher look. You know, so saying that, the next match I got to talk about, and this means a lot. Was the Gunther versus Sheamus match. So let me say this now, it was a great match, and I watched that match, but I didn't know how bad Sheamus got fucked up in that match. Like, by the time they was done, I mean, so I watched that match and it was a banger. Alright, I don't think it's better than the first one they had, and I don't think it's better than the second one they had, but it was a good match. But I didn't know, like, Sheamus looked like he was hamburger meat. Look at the photo. Like, his chest was all fucked up. Like, I haven't seen Gunther put somebody's chest like that in a minute. You know, and then I think the last time I seen somebody's chest fucked up like that is when Roger Strong fucked up Daniel Bryan's chest in the Royal Rumble. Like, he destroyed Daniel Bryan's chest. You know, but I haven't seen that in a while. Like, I haven't seen a fucked up chest like that in a while. I didn't know Gunther did that. You know, I didn't know Gunther did that. So, you know, but it's a good match. Real good match. Like it wasn't the best match, but it definitely was a 4.5 match. The Dragunov versus Ricochet was a 5 point. A five. The rankings for matches 1 through 5. 1 through 5. The Ricochet versus Dragunov was a 5 star. Okay. The Sheamus versus Gunther match was a 4.5. No, saying that, Sheamus don't want to do that match again. Yeah. Sheamus don't want to do that match again. And you know, saying that, probably was too soon for that match anyway. Remember, Sheamus just coming back, so like he probably don't got a lot of them. He probably don't got a lot of them in him. So they were supposed to be, but that match was good, real good. So there were supposed to be 2 other matches on this card on Monday, and that would have made 8 matches, but they didn't do that. So 2 of them didn't happen. The Kofi Kingston versus Rey Mysterio match didn't happen, which I don't know who's gonna win that match, but okay. And then Vega versus Sonya is not gonna happen on TV. These happening over the weekend on house shows. Now I find out who wins later on, but so and the reason they did that because SmackDown, when they do their stuff now, and their card is a lot weaker. It's a lot weaker. I go into that maybe Friday, or Saturday, you know, but their card was a lot weaker. I think the best match on that card on the SmackDown side is Randy Orton versus see, this is not bad. Um, Randy Orton versus. Hold on, y'all. Let me get to it. Spoiler. Uh, Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get to it. Just give me time. Give me time. Ain't this a bitch? Alright. We won't even get is Orton versus it ain't Bobby. Because Bobby's finna fight Tunga. Which yeesh. Carmelo's finna fight Corbin. Carmelo should win. I don't know, y'all. But nonetheless, it's a weaker card. But even though it being a weaker card, it's the reason they didn't show two of the matches on Raw that they can't do it on SmackDown. Right? SmackDown's only 2 hours. Alright. So like they're not gonna be able to do that card. They do the same shit they do on Raw. You know, because they're Raw can do the Raw can do 8 matches easily. Raw can do 8 matches with no problem. Like Raw can do. Raw can do 8 matches. Hell, Raw can do 10 matches if they really wanted to. Alright, Raw can do 10 matches if they really wanted to. Just they got 3 hours to do it. You know? It's just simple. It's just easier. Now, the one thing I'm gonna say about I'm gonna go over 30 minutes, y'all. Like I'm already over 30 minutes anyway, and that shit, you know. So I'm gonna go for 30 minutes. The one thing, Randy Orton versus AJ Styles is one of the matches. So I can see some fuckery going in that match. I can see interference going in that match. Alright, for the bloodline. Alright. Then you got. Alright. So for the guy side, you got AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. You got Corbin versus Hayes. You got LA Knight versus Escobar. Alright, you got Bobby versus Tonga. So they can't do 8 matches. Like they can't. Alright, that's not even naming. Yeah, that's not even naming the women, which they haven't posted posted that yet. Alright, but like they can't do 8 matches. I mean they can, but it was some shit's going to be rushed. Now, the one problem I have with this, so they could have put more people in this tournament. Alright, Pete Dunne should have been in this tournament. Tommaso Ciampa should have been in this tournament. Johnny Gargano should have been in this tournament. Tyler Bate should have been in this tournament. Like certain people should have been in this tournament. You know, like I understand you can't put everybody in, but you called up some of these people to get over it. I mean, like now, Doijak. he didn't sign with didn't sign a new contract yet, but you called him up still for Raw. Like these guys got to get used. Now maybe next week that happens, which they set up 2 matches for Sunday, the Saudi Arabia show already. All right, you got Sammy versus Bronson Reed versus Chad Gable. Okay, that match is happening over there, and then you got Becky versus Liv Morgan. Do we see title changes? Now, one thing about Saudi Arabia, you really don't see title changes that often over there. All right, but do we see them? Do we see them? Like I want to see Liv Morgan as champion. But the only thing about that, she's bad on the mic. Like as a heel, as a face, she's just bad on the mic. Like she's okay in the ring. Like you can get over that, but she's just bad on the mic. She's just real bad on the mic. I can't. I mean, she's fine. Like she's fine as hell, but she needs to work on it. And sometimes you can't fix being bad on the mic. You can fix it with a manager, all right? But because even when she's the heel, she's trying to be cute still, like on the mic. And some of that shit you don't need, Like I said, she's fine as hell, fine, beautiful, okay? But like some stuff you don't need, Like some stuff, you gotta die that shit down some. Like look at Becky and look at Bailey. They don't try to be cute when they talk on the mic. They just talk. See, and then you got the Chad Gable, Sammy, and Bronson Reed match. Now, Bronson Reed's taking the pin. He's taking the pin. He's taking it now. Who pins him is the thing here, because you can give Chad Gable the match. Okay, you can give him the match and let him pin Bronson Reed, and then you can get Sammy versus Chad again. Alright? Because Sammy can always say he never got pinned. Sammy, you can make Sammy pin Bronson Reed, and then Chad Gable can say the same thing. You never pinned me. Alright? Even though Sammy's beaten Chad twice already. Now. So, like, the best way to do this is let Chad pin Bronson Reed, even though you hurt Bronson Reed while doing this. But when they have a three-way, somebody got to be the scapegoat. All right, somebody got to get pinned. All right, and at this moment, you're trying to protect two people, Sammy and Chad Gable. All right, so Bronson Reed got to get pinned. So the best way to do this is let Chad Gable, like Sammy can hit his finisher on Bronson Reed, and then Chad can just sling Sammy out of the way, and then Chad can steal the win, and then beat the new IC champion, and then you can get another match out of Chad and Sammy. Because if Sammy win, like even though you're protecting Chad, it's still Sam's beating him twice, and the first time he beat him after he was in the ring, so he was in the ring longer than Chad was. All right, so we could do that and fix that. Listen. Now, I sometimes I don't like changing titles real quick. Like I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan. Oh, they should have pulled the trigger, and it just means that you're making hot potatoes. with the title. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. I'm not saying a title run got to be a year or the Roman title run. No, but 3-4 months as a champ is good. And if it's doing good, 6 months is 6 months is good too. You know, but like, and I'm saying that, but if Liv Morgan beat if Liv Morgan won, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Becky losing because she's just the replacement champ because Rhea got hurt. So I'm okay with her losing the belt, even though she hasn't had it for that long. Like I'm okay with that, But we'll see because we got time. We got time to figure this out. Alright, because they keep using that Liv Morgan has never beaten her, so it may have to happen. It may have to happen over there. All right, like because you don't have a backup plan then after that. I mean, yeah, you can do EO next, but EO ain't finna win. You know, EO's not finna win. But we'll see. But but so Raw was a solid 9, And if I'm doing a little off, 8.5 because it wasn't a bad match from that card. Like it wasn't a bad match from that card, like at all. So a solid 9. All right, and if I'm doing too much, a solid 8.5. NXT was okay. NXT was like a 6. All right. So I'm in the show with that. Make sure you got like, subscribe, share. Make sure you got watch wrestling. Make sure you got watch EFED. Yeah. Make sure you watch New Breed. We should have a show coming out pretty soon. Looks like we're doing promos on the channel too. There's nothing wrong with that. But I seen one earlier. But make sure you gotta watch New Breed. Make sure you gotta stay safe. This is the Hired Gun. Love y'all. I'm out.